this one. Next up, Keith gets to have all the fun in this Italian supercar.
It's good to be back behind the wheel of a Testarossa. It's the epitome of the short leg, long arm Italian driving style. Also, the pedals are offset to the right, so you have to get used to the fact that you're sitting slightly at an angle and that you're going to be reclining back, your arms straight and your knees up around the steering column. The view out the front is fantastic. The nose slopes away so you can't see it. I can feel some vibration back through the front end. My guess is that it's wheels that are slightly out of balance. Brakes stop the car very well. The faster you go in this car, the better it feels. You can maintain 100-mile-an-hour plus speeds in this car for as long as you wanted to.
Keith, we're looking at a 1991 Ferrari Testarossa. Does this bring back any sort of Ferrari showroom flashbacks?
Boy, does it, Donald. I was working for the Ferrari dealer in Portland then, and I sold these cars new, and they were the ultimate Italian supercar. Fast, great sounds. People were buying them from us and flipping them for double the price. I mean, the market was just crazy.
Now, you just drove this car. Was it like going back to the high school reunion and finding that cheerleader of your dreams just as beautiful as ever?
The cheerleader has not aged as well as I would hope. You know, overall, it's still a Testarossa, and it was good to drive, but it could use some things done to it to bring it back to its former glory.
So, Keith, it just seems to be a car that hasn't been driven very much.
Well, there's one way to find out. Let's ask the owner, Paul Burt, Lake Forest, Illinois.
Keith,
thanks for coming to the show.
My pleasure. Nice to see you.
Hi, Paul.
How you doing?
Do you drive this car much, Paul?
No, Keith, unfortunately, I don't. I don't drive it as much as I should, and you know, Ferrari should be driven.
Paul, what attracted you to the Testarossa?
You know, it's iconic, really. It's a car from the late 80s, early 90s that everybody had a poster on their wall about, and I did too, but I couldn't afford it at the time. So when I was old enough and I could afford it, one of the first cars I bought.
These are pretty affordable these days. The market for these cars, the auction company says $50,000 to $60,000. What are you looking for?
You know, I think the car will bring about $58,000. That's what we're hoping for. But even at that, it's a substantial buy.
What about 50? Would you sell it for that?
I'm afraid not.
No. Would you buy it for 50?
I'll buy another if there's one here at 50. I'll take another one home, yeah.
Well, we're going to take a look at your car now. Thank you for bringing it
here. It's really
here.
a pleasure. Thanks for talking to me.
Thanks a
nice
lot,
to see you.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Keith, Paul was absolutely right when he talked about this being an 80s style icon. It is the very quintessence of the 1980s. When you think about the fact that this shape is 22 years old and disco's come back twice already, it's amazing how great it looks.
What I think about, Donald, is not 22 years. I think over 25,000 miles. That's what this car has covered. That's a lot of miles for any Ferrari. Does that mileage reflect itself in the condition of the car?
Not really. It looks really good. It looks like a very lightly used car. Just a few stone chips in the nose, which is great. It proves it's been driven. The black trim is in really good shape, which sometimes really goes on these cars. And you have the light wear in the interior on the side of the seat, a little fading on the dashboard, the things you'd expect. You only really need to see the age in this car when you look under the hood and you see the corrosion around the injectors and things like that. And again, that's mostly from the fact that the car sat too long. On our condition scale of 1 to 6, I would have to rate this car cosmetically as a 2.
You know, collectability, it doesn't rate that high. They built over 7,000 Testarossas, and that's a lot of Ferraris of any one model. So I'm going to give it a C. Values, over the past 5 years at auction, these cars have sold between $50,000 and $78,000. Average price is $66,000, but prices have not been holding strong. Auction company says $50,000 to $60,000. I'll tell you what I think. The market for this car today, with these miles on it, is $50,000.
Everyone dreams of owning a Ferrari, but what's it really like? Here's McKeel Haggerty with the highs and lows of Testarossa ownership.
The highs and lows of owning a Ferrari Testarossa. Well, clearly the biggest high is the iconic 80s styling. Who doesn't want to be Crockett from Miami Vice owning one of these things? And also, it was a legitimate high-performance modern Ferrari, really, for not a lot of money. Conversely, the lows are, because they're so affordable, a lot of maintenance was avoided on these cars. A maintenance check might be $10,000 to $15,000. So it's very important that that work has been done, or you're going to be the one doing it.
We'll watch this Testarossa cross the block when we return on What's My Car Worth? Welcome back to What's My Car Worth? Before, we heard what Keith and Donald thought of this Testarossa. Now, let's see what the bidders think.
All right, lot number 529 to 1991 Ferrari Testarossa finishing Croza Corsa with the black leather interior, 4.9, 390 horsepower double overhead cam, flat 12 engine made with 5-speed manual transmission.
All right, here we go, guys. Have a 30 today. I get 20, minimum 30, minimum 30, minimum 25, down 30. I get 25, see minimum 30. I get 30, down 35, 35, 40, 35, minimum 40, 37, 5, 37, 5, down 40. I get 39, down 40. I get 39, minimum 40. I get 39, 5, down 40. 40 here, 41. I get 40 here, now 41. I get 40, minimum 41. Get ready to roll out. I get 40, minimum 41. 40, minimum 41. One minimum 41, minimum 41. 40, minimum 41. 40, minimum 41. One minimum 41. 41. Thank you, 2. I get 41, minimum 42, minimum 2. 41, minimum 42. 42, 43. I get 42, fuzzy down 3. I get 42, minimum 3. 42, minimum 43, going once. 42, minimum 43, going twice. Close to me to get $42,000. Thank you, 42,000. We're pretty close there.
Paul, it looks like you might get to drive your Testarossa more after all.
Yeah.
Okay. You were expecting 58,000. I was conservative at 50.
Yeah.
No sale at 42. Were you tempted to cut it loose?
You know, had it gone a little bit higher, I probably would have. And I think they're trying to do a deal here post-auction, and I think it'll work.
I hope it does.
Yeah, I do.
All right.
Thanks,
Good luck.
Steve. Nice to see you.